Welcome to my kitchen. Welcome to my kitchen, where we bring Middle Eastern cooking to America. In today's show, I'll be making these amazing recipes using fresh vegetables, different kind of cheese. I'm using fennel seeds for the cookies. It is going to be amazing. I will be making warm vegetable salad. This delicious salad is served warm or room temperature, made with roasted eggplants, zucchini, onion, celery, red pepper, herbs, capers, black olives, and served with a sweet and sour dressing and some tomato sauce. Will be just perfect with the cheese and olive bread made with 3 different kinds of cheeses and olives. And with that, we'll be making these delicious, fragrant fennel seed cookies. We will start off by making the fennel seed cookies. This is a really easy recipe to make. It's only a few ingredients, and using the fennel seeds in this cookie dough will add a lot of flavor to our cookie. So for this recipe, I will start off by mixing the dry ingredients in a mixing bowl like this. So I need 2 cups of all-purpose flour. That's gonna go in a large bowl like this. Wanna make sure to level the cup always. And then ½ cup of powdered sugar. Using powdered sugar for this recipe dough, much easier for the sugar to dissolve in the dough, and it will be so easy to combine too. To this, I will add 2 tablespoons of fennel seeds. Of course, for whatever reason, if you don't like fennel seeds, you could use anise seeds, you could use caraway seeds, you could use cardamom, you could use whatever you prefer to use. And then ½ teaspoon of salt, and that's it. Only these few ingredients. We'll mix everything together. These are all the dry ingredients, 4 ingredients, and then the butter will be the 5th one. And that's it, real easy recipe to make. We'll mix everything. I can already smell the fennel. It's my favorite spice. And I have 2 sticks of butter that I sliced into about 1/4 inch slices. Much easier to blend and incorporate into the flour mixture when it's cut into cubes like this. So we will add all the 2 sticks, 1 cup of butter. Real nice and flavorful cookie dough and simple. And now what I would do is I will incorporate and break the butter pieces into the flour mixture until well blended, and we'll mix it until we form a stiff dough. All the pieces of butter are nicely incorporated into the flour mixture, and it's forming a beautiful dough. Look how nice and soft. I will divide the dough into 2 portions, and I will roll it into maybe about 10 inches long and 1.5 inches in diameter. And just like that. I'll wrap it with some plastic wrap, each one of them, this, and this will go in the fridge for 1 hour to cool off. Our cookie dough has been in the fridge for 1 hour. Should be ready for us. Now what I would do is I will take off the plastic wrap and wrap it and slice it into about half an inch slices, just like that. Real easy cookies to make. You can make the dough a day before. You can also freeze it. It freezes very well. And then whenever you're ready to bake them, you will have fresh cookies as if you just made the dough. And we will arrange them on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper, about maybe an inch apart, just like that. The other half of the dough, and we will try to arrange them on the baking tray. Now our tray is all full. Now the cookies are ready to go in the oven to bake, 350 degrees for 12 to 15 minutes. We'll check on our cookies. They've been baking for 17 minutes. I wish you can smell my kitchen. It smells amazing. Look how gorgeous and golden. It's kind of like pale golden, but the fragrance, it's out of this world. It's to die for. We'll set them on the side to cool off for a few minutes. Now it's time for us to make the cheese and olive bread. This is an amazing bread. It's so delicious, it's so rich, and it's so flavorful. What I would do first of all is I will brush 13 by 9 by 2 baking pan with some olive oil. Make sure to dust the bottom and the sides. Make sure the bread will not stick into the pan. And then to this, I will dust half cup of cornmeal. This is gonna help the bread to have that crunchy bottom and it will not stick to the dough. It's gonna give it a lot of flavor too. I love anytime you can get some crunchiness in a bread. I think it will turn out to be a good bread. So this will be good. We'll try to even it out. Perfect. And we'll set this on the side. Now it's time for us to make the dough. For this recipe, I need 1.5 cups of bread flour. That's gonna go in a mixing bowl, just like that. Perfect. And then to this, I'll add 1 tablespoon of baking powder. This bread has no yeast in it, so we're using baking powder to make the dough rise, or to help the dough rise. Also to this I will add 2 tablespoons of milk and 1/3 cup of extra virgin olive oil also, and then 1 cup of pitted chopped kalamata or black olives, 1 cup of grated parmesan cheese, and then 1 cup of grated sharp cheddar cheese also go on the bowl, and then 1 cup of pecorino romano cheese. This is going to be sharp and it's going to give a lot to our flavor. And then we need to add 3 eggs to our mixture. Oops, and that's why I always like to crack them in a bowl, just for a reason like this. So easy to pick it. We'll mix all these ingredients together until well incorporated and combined. This is a real easy recipe and it's gonna be so flavorful. This bread, it's good to use for breakfast. It's good to use with a bowl of soup or salad, or it's going to be great with the warm vegetable salad that we are making. If you don't like to use black olives, you could use green olives, or you could use a mix of both. Sometimes when I have the Moroccan olives, those kind of like fermented olives, I like to use those too. But this will do. Perfect. Now we will transfer the dough into this prepared pan, just like that. We will spread it evenly. Make sure you use everything from the bowl to smooth out the top of the bread. I'll dip my hands, or my fingers actually, with some olive oil and just even it out like that into a nice, smooth, single layer. Already smells really good. All these kind of cheeses, it's gonna be so rich and so smooth, and it will be great with our salad that we are making. It's perfect. The olive oil, it's gonna add some crispness, and it's gonna give it that gold color. Perfect. This looks really good, and this bread is ready to go in the oven to bake. I have my oven preheated to 400 degrees. We'll bake the bread in the oven for 20 to 25 minutes. We'll check on our bread. It smells amazing. Look how gorgeous and beautiful and puffed it is, and you still see bits of cheese and olives, and it's incredible. Love, love, love this bread. We'll set it on the side for 10 minutes to cool off before slicing the bread. Now we will start preparing our warm salad. I will start off by getting the eggplants ready. Of course, we all know we need to sprinkle the eggplants with some salt and let them sit for about 15 to 20 minutes to get all the bitterness out from them and to make them more concentrated and more sweet. So I'm using 2 large eggplants for this recipe. We'll go in a fine sieve mesh. This will, it's sitting over a baking dish or just any dish to catch the water that's gonna drip from the eggplant. We'll dice them up into small cubes, and then they'll go in here. I will sprinkle with some salt, and we'll let it sit for about 15 to 20 minutes. The salt will drain all the bitterness from the eggplant and will make them more sweet and more concentrated. Our eggplants cubes been sitting in the salt for about 15 to 20 minutes. We'll pat dry all of them just to drain any excess moisture that drain from the eggplant, and then they'll go on a baking sheet lined with parchment paper. Now we will drizzle some olive oil all over. We'll toss, make sure all the cubes, all the pieces are coated with the olive oil for even baking and crispiness. They'll be nice and sweet. Eggplant will be the main ingredient in our warm salad. Love, love eggplant, especially this recipe. It's gonna have so many delicious flavors all combined together, and it's gonna be one of a kind, to die for salad. This will go in the oven to roast 450 degrees for about 20 to 30 minutes. We'll check on the eggplant. Beautiful, golden, and soft to the touch, but not too mushy. And this is exactly how we want them. We want to set them on the side to cool off for a few minutes. Now we will prepare the colored peppers that we are using. I'm using 3 colors, red, orange, and yellow. We'll take the pulp out and we'll just cut them, julienne cut, just like that. You could use any colors. When the different colors are available, I like to use combination of different colors. Other than that, you could use just red or green or yellow, whatever you have available. It doesn't really matter. This will give a nice color to our salad. I always like to use the colorful peppers instead of just using plain green. They add so much to the dish. And the red peppers are always so sweet. Just slice it julienne. And they'll go in the tray. Look at these beautiful colors. So beautiful and fresh. Love this combination. We'll toss. Make sure everything is nicely coated with olive oil. And then they'll go in the oven to roast. We place the peppers to roast in the oven, 450 degrees for 10 minutes. Now I will prepare the dressing that goes with the warm salad. I have 2 cups of tomato sauce in a small pot like this. To this, I will add 1/4 cup of sugar. This is going to be beautiful dressing. It's going to be sweet and sour also. It's going to add a lot to our salad. And then 1/2 cup of red wine vinegar. We'll just we'll bring it to a boil first and we'll let it simmer for 1 to 2 minutes. And then we'll set it on the side. In a small skillet like this, I will heat 2 to 3 tablespoons of extra virgin olive oil until it's nicely hot. I have 1 large onion that I chopped. Will go in our sauté pan. We'll saute until nice and golden for a few minutes. In the meantime, we'll check on our sauce. We'll let it simmer for 2 to 3 minutes. Just until everything will be nicely balanced and it will be a little bit thick from the sugar that we added. Just about 2 to 3 minutes, no more than that. To this, we'll add 3 to 4 cloves of chopped garlic. And we'll keep sauteing. This salad is not only delicious, it's also so healthy for you, and it makes really a nice dish too. Also, you can use it as a side dish. You can serve it with pasta, you can serve it with rice, or with the bread that we made. is delicious salad. So healthy for you, so colorful, so flavorful. It's packed with nutrition from all these vegetables that we are using. This is good. We will remove it and set it on the side to cool off. Perfect. And we'll keep sauteing the onions until nice and golden. Onion is nice and golden. We'll turn the heat off and we will set it on the side. Now we have about 5 to 6 stacks of celery. I like to use the green part that has a lot of flavor in it. I will just chop roughly like that and have this ready for sauteing. Perfect. Then I'll have a large saucepan like this. Add some olive oil to it. And we will add the chopped celery. We'll saute until almost soft for maybe 2 to 3 minutes. In the meantime, I'll have 2 large zucchinis. These zucchinis are a little bit smaller, so I'm using 4 of them that I will just cut into cubes. Cut each one in 4 lengthwise and roughly cut it into large cubes and have it ready on the side. We'll do the zucchini last because it doesn't take very long to saute the zucchinis. How beautiful. It's great to do the salad when those vegetables are in season, which they have the most maximum flavor and they are so tender and so delicious. Celery is nice and golden and it's almost soft. Now to this I will add the zucchini cubes that I chopped and saute for about 1 to 2 minutes until just soft. We don't want to cook them very well. We don't want them to be mushy. We still want to have some crunch on them. So 2 to 3 minutes will be just perfect. Zucchini are nice and soft. The celery is nice and soft. And I believe we'll wait maybe another minute or so until it's done. In the meantime, we will check on our peppers. They were in the oven for about 10 minutes actually. Beautiful roasted. Smells incredible. And these are ready. We'll set them on the side for a few minutes to cool off. We'll check on our zucchini and celery. And this is exactly how we want them, nice and soft, not too soft and not too crunchy. They'll still have a bite on them when you have a piece. And this is perfect. In the meantime, I will add the sauteed onion and garlic in here. We will just blend everything together, just like that. And we'll let it sit for about 2 to 3 minutes to cool off before adding the other ingredients. Now, most of our vegetables are cool enough, they are almost room temperature. We will add everything together to the pot. The roasted eggplants, gently, we don't want to smush them or break them. We still want to have them in chunks. What great combinations of flavors and colors and all these vegetables together. Perfect. Put these back in there, and we will get the peppers in there. We'll get the peppers in there. Look at these beautiful colors of these peppers. And then to this, I will add 1 cup of pitted kalamata olives chopped, 1/4 cup of capers drained. This can add some saltiness and some crunch also. 1 tablespoon of dried oregano. If you have a fresh one, you could use 2 tablespoons of chopped fresh oregano, 1 cup of chopped parsley. Before I season anything, I will mix all these ingredients together and I will take a taste and see if we need to season it with more salt. We will add some black pepper, that's for sure. About maybe 1 teaspoon to taste. But first of all, I will mix everything together and take a taste and see if it needs any more salt. You always wanna add a little bit at a time. It's easier to add more and it's very hard to take any salt out once you add it. We don't want to end up with real salty salad. Take a taste. See how it is. I might have a little bit of salt, maybe half teaspoon, should be good. And lastly, but not least, we are adding the dressing. Tomato sauce with sugar and red wine vinegar. And we will toss everything gently. We don't want to break anything. We don't want to smush any of these beautiful, incredible looking vegetables. It smells like summer. It smells like freshness. It smells nutritious. It's great. It's amazing. That's how much time we have for today. In today's show, we made these incredible recipes. We made 2 of my favorite recipes from my baking book, A Baking Journey. We made cheese and olive bread, and we made fennel seed cookies, and we made this amazing warm vegetable salad. Thank you so much for coming to my kitchen and enjoy Middle Eastern cooking. We hope to see you next time with more exotic dishes from the Middle East. Welcome to my kitchen.